Underneath the bustling streets where the city's heartbeat pulses with the rhythm of footsteps and engines, there exists a world few ever see. Every day, thousands of people move above ground, going about their lives, rarely pausing to consider what lies beneath the concrete and asphalt. Yet just below the surface, an intricate and essential system quietly works to keep the city safe and thriving. Beneath the towering skyscrapers that define the city's skyline, a hidden world sprawls out in all directions. It's a vast, interconnected labyrinth stretching for miles, often unnoticed and unappreciated. This underground network is as vital to the city's survival as the buildings that reach for the sky above. This isn't a world of mythical creatures or buried treasure, but rather a complex network of pipes, tunnels, and chambers. These passageways are carefully engineered, designed to withstand the pressures of both nature and time. Maintenance workers navigate these tunnels, ensuring that everything runs smoothly, often working in challenging and sometimes hazardous conditions. These pipes and tunnels act as the arteries and organs of a city's circulatory system, tirelessly working to keep it alive and functioning. When the rain falls hard, these systems spring into action, channeling water away from streets and buildings, preventing chaos and destruction. Without them, the city would be vulnerable to flooding and damage, especially during heavy storms. It's easy to forget about this intricate system, hidden beneath our feet as we go about our daily routines. But its importance becomes undeniable every time a storm cloud bursts and rainwater rushes down the streets. In those moments, the city's underground network reveals its true value, protecting homes, businesses, and lives from the threat of rising water. This hidden world is responsible for managing one of the city's most basic and essential needs: handling water. Deep below the surface, engineers and technicians monitor control systems, making real-time decisions to direct the flow of water and prevent disaster. Their expertise ensures that the city remains dry and functional, even during the most intense downpours. Just as our own bodies rely on veins and arteries to transport blood and sustain life, a city depends on its underground infrastructure to move water efficiently. This comparison highlights the remarkable similarities between living organisms and the urban environments we create. Both require careful balance, constant maintenance, and a system to manage the flow of vital resources. The water that travels through these pipes, known as stormwater runoff, comes from rain and melting snow. As it flows over rooftops, roads, and sidewalks, it gathers speed and volume, seeking the lowest point. Without a way to capture and redirect this water, the city would be at the mercy of the elements, facing frequent and severe flooding. Without a way to manage it, cities would quickly find themselves underwater. Flooded streets, damaged property, and disrupted lives would become the norm. The hidden world below is not just a marvel of engineering, it's a silent guardian, working tirelessly to keep the city above safe, dry, and thriving no matter what the weather brings. Imagine a city as a giant sponge, but one that doesn't quite work the way you'd expect. When the rain begins to fall, it transforms the cityscape. Streets glisten, rooftops shimmer, and the steady patter of raindrops creates a symphony on glass and metal. But beneath this beauty, something important is happening. In a natural landscape like a dense forest or a grassy meadow, the ground acts like a true sponge. The soil, roots, and layers of organic matter soak up much of the rainfall, holding it in place. Water seeps slowly downward, nourishing plants and replenishing underground aquifers. This process helps prevent flooding and keeps streams flowing gently, even long after the rain has stopped. The water that isn't absorbed by the earth finds its way into small creeks and streams, trickling along a winding path. It moves at a measured pace, filtered by rocks and roots, eventually joining rivers and lakes. This natural journey helps keep our waterways clean and balanced. But in a city, things are very different. Here, concrete, asphalt, and brick cover almost every inch of ground. These hard, impermeable surfaces block water from soaking in. Instead of being absorbed, rainwater is forced to find another way. Water quickly pools on streets, sidewalks, and parking lots, unable to penetrate the surface. It gathers in low spots, forming puddles and streams that rush along the edges of the pavement. The city's design channels this water away as fast as possible, but it comes with a cost. This is what we call stormwater runoff. As it moves, it sweeps up everything in its path: oil from cars, litter, chemicals, and other pollutants left behind on the ground. All of these contaminants are carried along with the rainwater, turning a simple shower into a moving stream of pollution. As the rain continues, the runoff gains speed and volume, racing toward the gutters that line every street. These channels are designed to collect the water quickly, preventing floods on the surface, but they also funnel all that polluted water into the city's storm drains. These storm drains are the gateways to a hidden world beneath our feet, a vast network of pipes and tunnels that carry the city's rainwater, and everything it picks up, far away from where it fell. The journey of a raindrop in the city is just beginning. History is filled with cautionary tales of cities overwhelmed by water. The Great Flood of London in 1928, for example, saw the Thames River breach its banks, inundating streets and homes. More recently, Hurricane Sandy in 2012 caused widespread flooding in New York City, highlighting the vulnerability of even modern cities to extreme weather. These events serve as stark reminders of what happens when stormwater runoff is not managed effectively. The consequences can be devastating: property damage, economic disruption, and even loss of life. These risks highlight why a well-designed stormwater management system is not a luxury for cities, but a necessity. Early cities relied on simple systems to manage water. Open ditches and canals channeled water away from populated areas. Gravity was the driving force, moving water from higher elevations to lower ones, often into nearby rivers or lakes. As cities grew larger and more complex, so did their water management needs. The development of underground sewer systems in the 19th century marked a major turning point. These systems used a network of pipes to carry wastewater away from homes and businesses. In many cities, a single system handled both wastewater and stormwater runoff. This combined sewer system, while efficient in design, would later present its own set of challenges. In many older cities around the world, the sewer systems that run beneath our feet are actually combined systems. This means that both sewage from homes and businesses, and stormwater from rain or melting snow, are carried away in the same set of pipes. At first glance, this might seem like a clever, efficient solution. After all, why build two sets of pipes when one will do? But this design, which dates back to the 19th and early 20th centuries, comes with a significant and often overlooked flaw. During periods of heavy rainfall or when snow rapidly melts, the amount of water entering these combined pipes can increase dramatically. The system, which was designed for much smaller populations and less impervious surface area, can quickly become overwhelmed. Streets flood, and the pipes fill to capacity, unable to handle the sudden surge of water. This is especially problematic in cities where much of the ground is covered by concrete and asphalt, which prevents rainwater from soaking into the soil. When the system is overloaded, it has nowhere else to send the excess water. So, to prevent sewage from backing up into homes and businesses, the system is designed to release this mixture of untreated sewage and stormwater, known as combined sewer overflow, or CSO, directly into nearby rivers, lakes, or coastal waters. These overflow events can happen dozens or even hundreds of times a year in some cities. CSOs are a major environmental and public health concern. When raw sewage and polluted runoff enter our waterways, they bring with them harmful bacteria, viruses, chemicals, and trash. This contamination can linger for days, making the water unsafe for recreation and harming the ecosystems that depend on clean water. The impact on aquatic life can be devastating. Fish and other wildlife may die off in large numbers, and the food web can be disrupted for years. For people, the risks are just as real. Swimming, fishing, or even boating in contaminated water can lead to serious illness. In some cases, entire waterfronts are closed to the public after a major overflow event. Addressing this problem is, honestly, a major challenge for many cities. Upgrading or replacing aging infrastructure is expensive and disruptive, and often requires years of planning and construction. City officials, engineers, and community members must work together to find solutions that balance cost, effectiveness, and the needs of growing urban populations. One approach is to separate the sewer and stormwater systems entirely, building new pipes so that rainwater and sewage travel along different routes. This can dramatically reduce the risk of overflows, but it's a massive undertaking, especially in densely built-up areas. Another solution is to increase the capacity of existing pipes and treatment plants, allowing them to handle larger volumes of water during storms. This might involve building huge underground storage tanks or tunnels to temporarily hold excess water until it can be treated safely. And increasingly, cities are turning to green infrastructure, like rain gardens, green roofs, and permeable pavements, to help absorb and slow down stormwater before it ever reaches the sewer system. These solutions not only reduce overflows, but also make cities greener, healthier, and more resilient in the face of climate change. Modern cities are increasingly turning to nature for help in managing stormwater. Green infrastructure solutions, inspired by natural processes, are being incorporated into urban landscapes. These solutions not only manage stormwater but also provide a host of other benefits. Retention ponds, for example, are designed to mimic natural wetlands, holding stormwater runoff and slowly releasing it back into the environment. Permeable pavement allows water to seep through it, reducing runoff and replenishing groundwater supplies. Green roofs covered in vegetation absorb rainfall and reduce the urban heat island effect. As climate change brings more frequent and intense storms, the importance of effective stormwater management is greater than ever. Cities are on the front lines of climate change impacts, and their aging infrastructure is often ill-equipped to handle the increased volume of water. Investing in resilient infrastructure is crucial for cities to adapt to a changing climate. This includes upgrading drainage systems, implementing green infrastructure solutions, and developing early warning systems for flood events. By taking a proactive approach, cities can mitigate the risks of flooding and protect their citizens and infrastructure. Behind the scenes, an army of professionals works tirelessly to keep our cities dry. Civil engineers design and build the infrastructure that manages stormwater, from underground pipes to sophisticated pumping stations. Urban planners consider the impact of development on water flow, incorporating green spaces and permeable surfaces into their designs. These individuals play a vital role in ensuring that our cities can handle the challenges of stormwater runoff, both now and in the future. Their expertise and dedication are essential for creating resilient and livable urban environments. As cities continue to grow, the demand on their water management systems will only increase. Innovative solutions and a commitment to sustainable practices will be crucial for ensuring that cities have enough clean water for their residents and can withstand the impacts of climate change. The hidden world beneath our cities may be out of sight, but it should not be out of mind. By understanding the importance of stormwater management and supporting the professionals who work to keep our cities dry, we can help create a more sustainable